All right, so of course, you know, we got another welfare recipient balling on a budget. Going inside of these supermarkets, just wilding out, getting 2 or 3 shopping carts coming up out of there like they got it like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Some of them do believe they got it like that. And you cut that food stamp off, they're going to be tight with you. This one right here, she's definitely having a ball with, well, how many shopping carts she got? Like 2,
I don't know
3?
how many shopping carts, but I know she about to spend $2,000 on crazy stuff. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Not to mention, mom of 10.
Woo!
This should be interesting.
Let's be nosy.
Y'all take care. Can you see what this is? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can we take a minute to acknowledge how neatly the cart is being packed?
Oh, no, that's right. You walking with the 10 I have. That's wild.
Whoa.
She's just saying like it's normal words.
Now, you know, a lot of times you might think as a child that that's cute or that's cool, and you never really, you know, kind of like check the child for that. But should you really, if it's your fault that you programmed that child, you know what I'm saying, to react like that? It ain't cute no more when they turn around and use it on you. Now you say, shut up, you ready to beat the kid. For what reason? It's your fault. You know what I'm saying?
She's using the words as if it's normal words according to the person behind the screen, but of course she's going to use it as normal words when that's the normal vernacular that's being spoken in the house.
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You know, I know this is an EBT video. We're going to get there in a second, but I got a couple of things to say first. It's so crazy to me that when you're raising minority children, right? And when I say minority children, I'm talking about black kids. Some groups of black kids, not all. You know, the parents, for one, they don't have much education as to why they're not self-sufficient. Call it what it is what it is, and you got to be straightforward in order to make, you know, allow people to take in what you're saying in order for them to make better decisions. Now, when it comes to a certain group of black people, their way of articulation is very minimal. And I'm going to honestly tell you a story really quick. When I used to be in the health care fields, I met a little white kid, little Caucasian little girl, and she was about 5 years old. This little girl was able to articulate in such a way that you would think that she was way beyond her age. I mean, the words that she used, the clarity, there was no confusion, appropriate like way of, you know, speaking. Her dialect was the way it was supposed to be for a child. Like I said, not to mention, she spoke as if she was older.
Older, yeah.
We have to understand that what we put in is what we get out.
Yes.
That's with everything in life. You put into a system, that's what you're going to get out. You put into an educational system, you put in money to better yourself, you're going to get a good result towards the end, right? You don't invest in yourself, you put nothing in, you might as well just say that you're going to be worthless. This is a precious baby, and what's being interjected into this child already, it's ridiculous. I've met grown adults who are, like I said, certain groups of black people, African American, right? Can't even articulate, can't even make a straight sentence. When they talk to you, they're all over the place. They have your head spinning as if you're on a merry-go-round, because it's like, wait, what are you trying to say? Why are you not staying on topic? Why is it everything that comes out of your mouth is something that's, you know what I'm saying? I get it that everybody from time to time may say a curse word or two.
Right, you're not perfect.
But there should still be some type of versatility within your vernacular to know when to change it up and when to switch it up. As my grandmother would always say, time and place.
Especially around kids.
It's a time and place. And a lot of people don't understand that, even when it comes down to how they conduct themselves amongst, it could be like, for instance, right? You go out to a restaurant and it's supposed to be more so of a quiet type of restaurant, right? Certain people will be there, they're yelling to the top of their lungs.
Can't adjust.
Why are you yelling?
Can't adjust.
Right. Why are you yelling? And not only are you yelling, you sound stupid and uneducated. So everybody around you is looking like, oh my goodness, that table over there is just filled with a pack of idiots. You know, so it's just really disgusting to see this little baby. She's probably about 1 year old, speaking like this already.
And the thing that gets me with that, not to cut you, the thing that gets me with that, going back to the whole restaurant thing, right? They would sit and act out, and everybody around them must understand that it's, you know, it's normal.
It's a birthday.
That it's not supposed to be,
right.
You know what I mean? Nobody's not supposed to tell them nothing like quiet down or anything like that. And they sit there and they be like, I dare somebody to tell me something.
Yes.
I'm spending all this money. I'm spending this and I'm doing that. Time and place for all that. Time and place. Somebody tell you something, you ready to fight instead of you having a more better understanding to say, you know what, I'm sorry. I'm going to talk to my group and I'll let them know that they're being a little loud.
No accountability whatsoever.
Instead, what they do.
And then God forbid, if the person who comes over to you and tells you about yourself, assuming that, let's say, Caucasian person, oh my goodness, that person is racist. No, that person is not racist. You're being a disturbance.
They came out for a quiet evening, and here it is now, you know what I'm saying, you kind of turning things up.
You messed the whole mood up. How many times when we go out, and if there's a certain crowd of people, I'm out. We got to cancel and leave early. We're
because
out.
Why? The atmosphere is not, what is it? You know what it is.
Yeah, because you always know that they're going to bring it down to the minimum, to the bare minimum.
Yeah.
You know, so we try to go to places where it's more so a mixed environment. We live in a mixed community. Everything is mixed because I just refuse. We refuse to be around just a certain type of people, and there's too much. Can't do it. You couldn't pay me to do it. Could not pay me to do it. You know,
in a long shot, right? I know everybody's entitled to their, their own behavior, their own way of doing things, but you go into an atmosphere where, the crowd is loud, but it kind of depends on what that loud is about.
Yes.
If that loud is about sensible things and they're networking and they're just hanging out and they're, totally being just, not rude about their tone, their level, then you could understand that everyone in there is more or less on a different level of understanding that they're not going to disturb the next person next to them.
Exactly.
Not you cussing, you carrying, and you know what I'm saying, you're doing all this extra and twerking in the aisles, and you got people forcing to get past you because you feel like you want to make your TikTok in the middle of the. Come on, it's too much that y'all be doing, and I know for a fact that y'all got common sense. I hope y'all got common sense enough to really understand where I'm going with this and not take it the wrong way, because all of this is constructive criticism if you understand how that works.
And what's even crazy, like I said, this is a food stamp video. $2,000 being spent by a poor mother of 10. How are you having 10 children when it displays that you can't even take care of the one in the shopping cart? So if the baby in the shopping cart is speaking like that, then trust me when I tell you, I don't want to hear how the other kids who are a little bit older is conducting themselves. I'm good. I don't even want to hear it, because it's bad enough that you're receiving that much in EBT. You're going out there, you're blowing 2 stacks on food. Bad enough you're picking up a bunch of processed canned stuff and junk and a bunch of typical, right? But even if you are going to be on the system, at least have some type of grace and dignity about yourself. and raise your kids in the way in which they need to be raised. I mean, in a nutshell.
And it starts when they're small. When they're small like that is the best time to really input
but no, the parents,
into
right, but the parents of today, they rather grab a camera and record it, even if you're recording your kid, right? Because as they say, kids say the darnest things. And your kid happens to say that, you don't publish that.
No, you cut that part out.
You pull back the video.
Cut that out.
Cut, start over.
Yeah.
Hey, little kid, what did you say? And, it's like, you explain to them, that's a bad word. I know you probably heard mommy and daddy say that before, or mommy and whomever say that before, but guess what? That's a bad word. Don't ever say that again. And you look at them with a stern face, and they're going to say, bad. Most kids do, right?
Yeah.
Bad? Yes, bad word. Don't say it again. If you say it, I'm going to take away your favorite snack. Got a lot of snacks in the cart anyway. Might as well use it for something.
Yeah.
And you give your child some type of discipline. But no, in today's society, this is looked at as cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
So they upload it. And this cuteness then in turn into something more serious.
It gets worse.
And then by the time they turn into their teenage years, they lose control. And their kids end up where they don't need to end up, with a nasty mouth.
And now it's like, oh, you're being rude, you're being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't understand. You programmed that since they were like 2 months. When,
You never
know what I'm
stopped
saying?
it. Yeah.
When they started to talk, you gave them that program right there to be that way. Now all of a sudden they're using it against you. Now they're being rude, they disrespectful. You got to get out my house. You got to get out my house.
Their favorite
Word.
thing, she don't listen, he don't listen. How can they listen when they were never disciplined or instructed to listen?
Yeah.
But
you already
anyway.
know how this going. We could be here all night talking, but it ain't gonna happen that way. Let us know in the comment section exactly how y'all feel about this video, or even about how we feel about this video, right? And majority of the times, when you hear the story, it might come mostly from me. It might come mostly from my wife. That's just how we do it. It's not for y'all to say, well, let him or her talk and all this, let him talk and let her talk. Nah. One mic, two voices. That's how we do it.
Actually, you got on 2 mics.
Right. You know how it is.
I'm just playing.
But I just want to address that real quick. Let y'all know the opinions are being shared from a male and a female point of view. And if you just understand the message, don't dissect it. Understand the message. And we out.